Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. So overall, today we have seen Bitcoin start to have a major sort of 180 event. We've finally seen some nice price action, and that is, a move from the 28K zone. Obviously, on the chart, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is in terms of a price move, but hey, it is still something pretty exciting. Now, on the historical data, you guys could see exactly where our daily close was at, currently 29.4K. Now, it's nothing to get too excited about just yet until, of course, later on today in terms of the indice opening. But I definitely will be paying attention to, stocks and even the dollar a little bit more than I will be comparing, Bitcoin's price action, if you will, to them. So, to me, I think that right now we should definitely be focusing on the factors that we can't factor in just yet in terms of price because of, again, they are not open. So that's what I'm watching for today. On the 24-hour span, though, we are seeing some nice altcoin movement. As you guys do see some nice double-digit figures on the 7-day span. We're still seeing similar, sort of moves. I just made a video on XDC where we were negative on the 7-day span, and now we are actually green, and we are up about almost 15%, which is pretty significant. So that's pretty exciting to see. But ultimately, we have to, clear some levels on Bitcoin. I'm waiting for us to actually get over about roughly 30.8K before we even do get a little bit excited about this recovery move. So we still have a little bit of time left until we do get very excited. But let's talk about some bullish things happening around this market that actually could play in to, what we are seeing right now. So I retweeted this earlier today, and it was just in a recent analysis shows the majority of institutions that purchased Bitcoin in 2020 haven't sold. And here we have December 2020 to May 2022. So as you guys do see up here, 2,590 Bitcoin, followed by 1,400, followed by 1,957, 2,391, and then of course 2,601. And you guys do see the price on these, like this is $61.2 million, 56 point almost 3 million, 46 million, almost 33 million, and then of course almost $61 million. Now, of course, here is May 2022. We do see roughly 2,589.99. Again, pretty much same dollar figure amount. 1,400. This one hasn't moved at all. Followed by, again, the same figures, right? So they have not been selling at all. They've been hodling, which tells me, they are preparing for, that next major move in the market. In my opinion, yes, we will see that wave 5. We did not see that wave 5 during Bitcoin's run in November. So that's what I'm watching for. I'm watching for the wave 5 that everyone, seems to kind of just say, all right, well, that's never happened and we're in a bear market, etc. We're done. To me, I'm definitely watching for that wave 5. And again, you guys don't need to trade with me. You guys don't need to follow everything that I do. I just look at that wave 5 as something that will most likely happen. And it will happen most likely around roughly quarter 4 of this year into quarter 1 of 2023. So that's what I'm watching for closely. Now, also, we did see here a proposal to allow the use of cryptocurrency in cross-border settlements added to Russia's new digital currency bill. So yesterday, I talked to you guys a little bit about this. I was telling you guys, all right, well, if this is going to happen, what are they going to utilize, and how are they going to get around sanctions? I mean, it is something pretty interesting. But again, we don't know exactly what this has in mind for that, but we did see something pretty significant around Russia's new CBDC. And shout out to Linda P. Jones here, but we do see our digital ruble CBDC gets fast-tracked and moved up to April 2023 or sooner, perhaps. This is pretty interesting. I've talked to you guys about this multiple times. Pay attention to things that are getting streamlined right now. A lot of things are, moving much, much faster than expected, but then there's also things getting delayed. For an example, ISO 222 is getting delayed, but to me, I just think all of this, all of these dates that are getting thrown out there, they don't mean anything because they could all happen whenever they actually wanted to, which means it could happen tomorrow, it could happen overnight. To me, I think that these, streamlined processes, like for an example, the digital ruble, is because of the economic, turmoil that's happening right now. And we actually do see here under the newly released roadmap, Phase 2, in which the programmable trackable digital token will be integrated small scale into real money operations, is now stated to start in April 2023. Then we do see down here, seeing the pace at which we are going, we assume that from April next year, we will be able to start a pilot on real clients and real operations. So this is pretty significant. And we do see at the end of the year, or this year, sorry, the regulator will send documents on regulating the digital ruble to the State Duma committee on the financial market in order to be able to launch the second stage of piloting in April 2023. So again, this is pretty much confirmed. We will be seeing a major shift here. And I think that when we talk about things happening around CBDCs, I think that we will see this entire process streamlined. And I've always said, pay attention to things happening around CBDCs because they will most likely usher them in faster than, what they really kind of let on. And I think that a lot of people were even also saying that even about like the US CBDCs, for an example, like, everybody was saying the US CBDC is so far behind. Honestly, I think that they are actually ahead of it, and I think that they're just waiting for the perfect time to actually implement it. So let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys on that. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about XRP and things happening around the XRP community in general. So Digital Perspectives actually tweeted this out, and it's a thread talking about XRP and the true potential behind it. And I thought it was incredible, and I do want to include it in this video because it kind of plays into exactly what we are about to talk about. So the true potential of XRP, Ripple was not just a currency, it was literally a global decentralized exchange. Already there were, symbols to represent the US dollar, the euro, gold, even other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and just the base currency XRP. These could all be traded or sent within seconds. The most immediate and obvious benefit of this technology is the near instantaneous transaction time. But Ripple can do so much more than just send money quickly. These symbols that you create so effortlessly can represent anything, not just money. It's not just a payments protocol. You could very much create a symbol that instead represents your company or shares you are trying to issue. In other words, the technology is there for anyone to IPO their own company, fund, or other financial vehicle without any bank or middleman, right there with a few, mouse clicks, eliminating the concept of pre-market or after hours. All of the benefits of the traditional IPO or stock offering can be held at a virtually no cost, no time, and with no middlemen by literally anyone in the world. The same goes for any form of borrowing or funding. It's an implicit credit rating, or in other words, a market-determined value. For every person, company, and financial instrument that gets listed, and all of this can be done on the same global decentralized exchange. And you don't need to exchange money for shares or vice versa. You could directly exchange shares for other shares, commodities, for loans, private equity, for bonds, etc. with, again, all the intermediary, trades necessary to make it happen automatically occurring behind the scenes. Anything can be traded, issued, and sent in real time anywhere in the world. Anyone can access and use the exchange directly with no one in between because again, or it's besides your internet provider. And like the internet, the exchange itself is forever online, fully automated with no manual human labor or involvement. Part of that is from the pressure on Ripple Labs to narrow their use case to just the settlement infrastructure for banks. It is unfortunate to see, such powerful technology pigeonholed to a small fraction of its potential. They're almost like the Microsoft of cryptocurrencies when it comes to marketing, where despite having a superior technology such as the Surface, they let everyone else box them into the category that already exists until someone else rebrands it. For Ripple here, their box is blockchain and, bank transaction settlement, yet public perception continues to be that they just facilitate, payments like any other cryptocurrency, probably because that particularly is the only thing they're doing with it at the moment. And yeah, I do think that that is the thing. I think that everyone is kind of clinging to the shininess, the thing that is the big money maker, if you will, in quotation marks. But honestly, you could do so much more with the potential of XRP if you actually look at it. I think that it is incredible when you look at the XRP ledger and things like that and really kind of see the things that they have, accomplished and built. Honestly, the potential behind a lot of these cryptocurrencies is insane and it's limitless, but a lot of people just kind of box themselves in to thinking one specific use case. And although I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about that use case a little bit more in this video, it is something to really kind of, acknowledge that, there is a lot more to it than just payments. Now, also, largest liquidity month on the record so far. 33 billion XRP has moved in and out of exchanges. Still 5 more days of the month to go. Now, this is actually pretty significant. We actually did see a few people saying, open the floodgates, trickle, trickle. And, I have to wonder, only not 195 million net inflow sent the XRP price tanking this hard. Happy to be schooled on this. And a lot of people were kind of confused a little bit on that, but in general, though, on-demand liquidity is continuing to grow and grow and grow, and I really want you guys to understand that we are hitting the largest liquidity months. We are hitting the largest accumulation months in terms of, whales accumulating XRP. I've been telling you guys to pay attention to things happening right now. In terms of on-demand liquidity, though, I think that we are still going to see a major shift in this market. We actually do see here, I'm expecting on-demand liquidity to have exponential growth. The more who uses it, the more liquidity there will be, the cheaper it will get. That's an interesting aspect. The more on-demand liquidity is used, the cheaper it gets. The more adoption of on-demand liquidity, the more advantage for those who utilize it. And honestly, yeah, when we talk about this, this is something pretty significant. A lot of people also, question this. I'm wondering, once this lawsuit is over and the switch is flipped for the U.S. corridor, will XRP even see a bear market? Unless there's a global bear market, it will be interesting. I suspect we will have a lot of people who FOMO in speculating from the win XRP being listed again in the U.S. at the same time on-demand liquidity ramps up, and it is questionable. But I do think that U.S. corridor, I think that that's going to be the flip that really kind of sets this market on fire in terms of XRP. I also think that that's going to allow for a lot of on-demand liquidity volume and value to really kind of start moving. I'm actually very excited to see this happen. We still have a long ways to go to really kind of see this happen, though. Again, I think that a settlement could happen at any moment in time, but we'll most likely have to play into the dates that we were given. So roughly around that November time frame. I know that I think it was James K. Fallon. He basically said around roughly March of 2023. So it's hard to say exactly when we will see that settlement, but I'm definitely having high hopes for November. But we also do see here Ripple has bigger ambitions than to replace Swift. This is pretty interesting. So we actually have a Ashish Burla interview from Leonidas. I'm hoping that I'm saying his name right, but Ashish Burla interview, some key takeaways, SEC lawsuit, a bump in the road, on-demand liquidity raised RippleNet traction through the roof. Ripple will stack with XRP, or will stick with XRP, sorry. And then we do see Ripple has bigger ambitions than to replace Swift and more. This is interesting, and we actually do see here, questions, because a lot of people are kind of confused on this. I mean, to me, it is interesting. I mean, what are they basically trying to say here? Because it is kind of interesting to think, if they're not trying to, if that's not their biggest ambitious move, then what is? But, in terms of, something bigger than to replace Swift, I don't think that they've ever focused really on the idea of replacing Swift. And I've always said, their plan isn't trying to replace it. I think that their major plan is to actually integrate with it and capture the volume that Swift is transacting on a day-to-day basis with, which is that $5 trillion a day in transactional value, which could be the end goal for them. That could be also, at the end of the day, the thing that really pushes the value of XRP as a token, because if we do get a settlement at around that perfect time, where we do start to see ODL corridors ramping up, especially within the United States, and we possibly see a partnership with Swift with Ripple to utilize RippleNet and kind of plug and play through an API similar to with, like, for example, Volpay, right? Volante Technologies has a Volpay API gateway with Ripple that allows for all of their clients to utilize RippleNet technology. That would be huge because, again, that's $5 trillion a day in volume. So I'm definitely excited to see a lot of this come to fruition. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. If you guys did enjoy this video, sorry, hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.